The desert was peaceful. A man rested in his hammock. Suddenly,
Huh? What was that?
a loud scream broke the silence. Curious, he walked down a dark stone hallway. He carefully followed the loud and angry voice.
You stubborn beast! Move now! I won't! You can't make me! We have to go! Stop this! No! Are you deaf? Go now!
But to understand why he was talking with a donkey, we must go back to the kingdom of Moab. He wasn't looking at a normal army. He was looking at an entire nation on the move. Over 2 million men, women, and children. They were the Israelites. Decades ago, they were nothing but slaves, beaten and forced to make bricks in the mud of Egypt. But their God had broken their chains, parted the sea, and kept them alive in a deadly desert for 40 years. Now, they were finally marching toward their promised land. And anyone who stood in their way was destroyed. Just weeks ago, 2 mighty kings with huge armies had tried to block their path. The Israelites crushed them both. They swept through their lands, turning their great walled cities into dust. They took no prisoners. They left nothing behind. And now, this unstoppable flood of people had parked right on the edge of Balak's home, the land of Moab. King Balak stared down at the millions of campfires starting to light up the valley. His heart pounded with cold terror. He knew his soldiers did not stand a chance. If he tried to fight this massive crowd with normal swords and spears, his kingdom would be swallowed whole. He needed something far stronger than iron or horses. He needed a dark, spiritual power. He needed a curse. Because he could not win on the battlefield, Balak sent his top leaders to find a man named Balaam. Balaam was a famous prophet and sorcerer. Kings from all over the world knew his name. People believed that if Balaam blessed you, you would win every battle. But if he cursed you, your life was over. The leaders from Moab laid a fortune at Balaam's feet. They gave him a desperate plea from King Balak. Please, come right now. Curse this giant crowd for me. They are too strong. If you curse them, maybe I can defeat them. This was the exact moment the trap was set. The gold was beautiful, and Balaam loved wealth. He wanted that treasure more than anything. But he also knew he had to ask God first. So, he told the men to stay the night while he prayed. That night, God came to Balaam in the dark, and God's voice was perfectly clear, leaving no room for questions. You must not go with them. You must not curse those people because I have blessed them. The next morning, Balaam looked at the gold with a heavy heart. He looked at the men and sighed. Go back to your home, he said. God has refused to let me go with you. But King Balak was too afraid to take no for an answer. When his men returned empty-handed, he just sent more. He sent richer men. He sent his most powerful princes, and they brought a promise of so much wealth and honor that Balaam would never have to work another day in his life. When these new, important men found Balaam, they told him, King Balak says, do not let anything stop you from coming. I will give you anything you want. I will make you rich and famous. Just come and curse these people. Balaam knew the rules. He knew God had already given him a firm no. He even told the men out loud, even if King Balak gave me a house full of silver and gold, I cannot do anything against the command of my God. But Balaam did not send them away. Instead of telling them to leave, he stared at their fine clothes. He thought about the power. He thought about the huge reward. He wanted God to change his mind so badly. So, he told the men to stay one more night. He wanted to try and bend God's rules to fit his own greed. That night, God saw that Balaam's heart was already gone. He was obsessed with the money. So God told him, if these men came to get you, go with them. But you will only speak the exact words I give you. Balaam did not waste a single second. He saddled his donkey the next morning and rode out with the rich men of Moab. In his mind, he was already spending the gold. He felt smart. He felt important. He thought he had played the game perfectly. But what he didn't know was that this greedy little journey was going to completely destroy his pride, put a flaming sword to his throat, and embarrass him in front of the entire world. God was angry that Balaam was going with such a selfish, greedy heart. Balaam was supposed to be a man of God, but he was acting like a man of gold. So God sent him an angel that only the donkey could see. The donkey saw the huge angel blocking the road. She saw the deadly sword shining in the sun. She knew that if she took one more step forward, she and her master would be killed instantly. So, to save Balaam's life, the brave donkey quickly turned off the road and walked into a rough dirt field. Balaam was furious. He was in a hurry to get his treasure. He did not see the angel. He just saw a stupid, stubborn animal ruining his grand journey scene. Balaam's face turns red with anger. He grabs his heavy wooden walking stick and hits the donkey hard on the back. He beat the donkey loudly and violently. He forced her out of the field and pushed her back onto the road. The donkey suffered the pain, but she kept walking to protect him. A little while later, the path grew very tight. They were walking through a narrow space between two vineyards, trapped between two hard stone walls. Suddenly, the donkey stopped again. The angel of the Lord had returned. He was standing right in the narrow path, holding the same deadly sword. This time, the donkey panicked. There was no open field to run into. To avoid the terrifying angel, she pressed her body hard against the stone wall on the side. But Balaam's leg was hanging down, and the donkey accidentally crushed his foot against the rough, jagged stones. "You useless beast!" Balaam yelled. He raised his stick and beat her again, even harder this time. Think about how crazy this was. Balaam was famous for being a spiritual man. He was a man who claimed to see the unseen world. Yet he was completely blind to the giant flaming angel standing right in front of his face. He only cared about his crushed foot and getting to his gold. Again, the loyal donkey took the beating. She saved the blind man's life a second time. The angel of the Lord moved ahead for a third time. He stood in a place so narrow, there was absolutely no room to turn. The path was completely, totally blocked. The donkey saw the angel. She looked to the right. She looked to the left. There was nowhere to run. She couldn't go into a field. She couldn't press against a wall. The sword was pointing right at them. So she simply folded her legs and lay down on the dusty ground underneath Balaam. Balaam completely lost his mind. His anger burned hotter than ever before. He stood over the poor, helpless donkey and beat her ruthlessly. He wanted to kill her right there on the road. But God was about to do something that had never happened before. God opened the mouth of the donkey. "What have I done to you to make you beat me these 3 times?" the donkey asked. Balaam was so blinded by his rage, he didn't even stop to realize how crazy this was. He was arguing with his pet. "You have made a fool out of me!" Balaam screamed back at the animal. "If I had a sword in my hand, I would kill you right now." The donkey just looked at him calmly. "Am I not your own donkey? The one you have always ridden your whole life? Have I ever done anything like this to you before?" Balaam stopped. He froze. The anger slowly drained from his face, replaced by a sudden, quiet confusion. "No," he admitted softly. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes. Suddenly, the great prophet could actually see. He saw the angel blocking the road. Balaam's legs gave out. He fell flat on his face into the dirt, shaking with absolute terror. The angel's voice boomed over him. "Why have you beaten your donkey these 3 times? I came here to stop you because your journey is selfish." The donkey saw me and turned away. If she had not turned away, I would have killed you by now, but I would have let her live. Balaam was crushed. His pride was completely broken. The great, powerful prophet had just been saved by a simple donkey. The animal was smarter and more spiritual than he was. "I have sinned," Balaam whispered into the dust, too afraid to look up. "I did not know you were standing in the road. If you are angry, I will go home right now." But the angel said to Balaam, "Go with the men, but you will only speak the exact words that I tell you to speak." Balaam finally arrived in the land of Moab. King Balak was thrilled. He quickly built 7 stone altars, sacrificed animals to his gods, and waited for Balaam to curse the Israelites. Balak was ready to watch his enemies suffer. Balaam stood on the high cliff. He took a deep breath. He opened his mouth to speak the curse, but God took complete control of his tongue. Balaam didn't speak words of death. He spoke words of beautiful life. "How can I curse a people that God has not cursed?" Balaam shouted loudly over the valley. "How can I attack those whom the Lord protects? I see a strong, beautiful people. Who could possibly count them all? They are blessed." Balak was furious. "What are you doing?" he cried. "I brought you here to curse my enemies, but you just blessed them." Balaam simply looked at him and replied, "I can only speak the words God puts in my mouth." But King Balak refused to give up. He thought maybe the magic would work better from a different spot. He took Balaam to a different mountain. He built 7 more altars. He made more sacrifices. He pointed down at the tents again. But again, Balaam opened his mouth, and a second, even stronger blessing poured out. "God is not a human. He does not lie," Balaam declared, his voice ringing with absolute power. "He does not change his mind. When he makes a promise, he keeps it. He has commanded me to bless these people. He has blessed them, and I cannot reverse it." Balak was pulling his hair out. "If you won't curse them, then at least don't bless them," he begged. But in his desperation, he tried one last time. He dragged Balaam to a 3rd mountain peak. For the 3rd time, God's Spirit came upon Balaam. He looked down at the millions of tents of Israel. They looked so peaceful. They spread out like beautiful green valleys, like rich gardens planted beside a gentle river. "How beautiful are your tents, Israel!" Balaam cried out in a loud, joyful voice. King Balak's anger exploded. He clapped his hands together and yelled, "I called you here to curse my enemies, but you have blessed them 3 times. Get out of my sight and go home. I was going to make you rich, but your God has stolen your reward." Balak's evil plan was totally ruined. He tried to buy a dark curse with heavy chests of gold. But God's protection is not for sale. Down in the valley, the Israelites had absolutely no idea this intense drama was happening. They were just going about their normal day. Mothers were cooking dinner, fathers were resting, children were playing in the dirt. They did not know that high up on the mountain, an evil king and a greedy sorcerer were trying to destroy their entire future. They didn't know that God was fighting a massive spiritual battle for them in the unseen world. The story of Balaam and the talking donkey is a wild, beautiful reminder. God is completely in control of the story. No amount of money, no dark magic, and no evil king can ever reverse the blessing of God. God can use anything to protect his people. He can use an invisible angel with a flaming sword. He can take control of a corrupt, greedy man's mouth. He can even make a simple, tired donkey speak just to wake someone up to the truth. And sometimes, while you are simply resting quietly in the valley, God is high up on the mountain, silencing the enemies you didn't even know were there.
Hey guys, these videos takes many hours of hard work. If you could please like the video and subscribe. Also, we want to see which countries our videos reach. If you could please comment which country you're watching from, it'll truly help us. See you till the next video.